this second big night out we've done, we have invited authors. We are an art gallery. We typically do this with artists. We are expanding what we do and have been for many years to different areas of art, different sister arts.
It's important to me that I take you on a trip or a journey of the community that you're in. So I kind of look at it and say, well, if you were passing through the towns or the cities that I was showing, the book would do the same thing. So there would be a flow to the book because there's a relationship between the images in the book and how a town is laid out. What I try to do with the books is to ultimately drive sales of print. So if you like the images, you might want something a bit more special.
My husband just finished his second book, and he wanted to do a release party and said, well, maybe I should just rent Glenhyrst and have the release party here at Glenhyrst. And I said, well, that's great, but who's going to come? We don't know that many people, and everybody we know has already bought your book. So we need to figure something else out. So my colleague, Michelle, said, we should have a big night out and invite all kinds of authors. So that was sort of the origins of this event. So I'd like to introduce Kris Olson.
I grew up in a small town in Saskatchewan, and when you grow up in a small town, you grow up with a lot of strange preconceived notions about the way the world is, and the world's not that way. One of the parts in the book I talk about it's called the American Style Power Weekend, and that's when you blast out of work on Friday and you do everything you possibly can in that weekend. Nothing's off limits, so you try everything. You go as many places as you can, you see what you can, and when you come back to work on Monday morning, you will be a different person.
About 5 or 6 years ago, I lost my job. The company rolled up its doors and took away my company pension. Out of that came writing. I self-publish, I print locally, and then I go out and distribute on my own, etc., etc. I've been blessed because this Jay Silverheel's biography was accidental. Does anybody here know, and likely I think I know the answer, Steve Smith from Talking Earth Pottery on the res? Steve's been a long-time friend, and Steve's mother is Jay Silverheel's sister. So when I started writing the book, because I was asked to do an article for Maclean's magazine, I looked around, I said, nobody's written about him.
My character, Luca, he escaped from the slave labor camp. Actually, he escaped in a wagon of corpses. There's not many ways that you can escape. And he thought he could get all the way back from German-occupied Poland, all the way back to Kiev. And I have all these scenes in Kiev, and you know what's been happening in Euromaidan right now. And it's so similar, it's just spooky.
And enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for coming out.